Support for Just Seen It comes from Fandor, dedicated to supporting independent films and filmmakers. Movies from around the world are available at fandor.com/PTV. Fandor, all for film. Dwight finds out his parents' murderer is being released from prison. He heads back to his childhood home to plot his revenge.
You're like in this.
Yeah.
But vengeance is never easy in Blue Ruin.
Hi, I'm Sean here with Aaron and Salim, and we're going to talk about the new movie Blue Ruin. We've all just seen it. So this has come up on the festival circuit. It was funded partially by Kickstarter and then won the Fipresci Prize at Cannes. So what do we think? Aaron?
It's very enthralling. It's a great, very terse, succinct 90-minute thriller.
Yeah, I love how tense-filled it was. I love the linearness of it. It's as linear as it is bloody because it gets very bloody very fast. But what I also liked about it is that it had some kind of darkly comic moments to it because our character, for all the planning that he does, which he does plan a lot, he fails a lot. And those scenes that he fails are actually kind of funny. I feel like most revenge movies, they try to spin their wheels a little bit. They try to get convoluted with plot because they realize that a revenge story is pretty straightforward. But I like that they didn't try to, deviate from that. It's like,
there's no flashback?
Go straight to, no flashback.
Like the bare minimum amount of explanation of why he's going on.
It was a perfect moment.
Spree.
Yeah.
It's a movie that I want to root for. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the fact that it's a young filmmaker, ambitious filmmaker, who is trying to make something different, something outside of studio hands. He doesn't have a lot of big stars in it. I love every single fact about that. But I got to tell you, once the first half hour was over, I just felt that this film was so plagued by logical problems that I just was consumed with the fact of trying to say, why does this scene make sense? Or why are these things happening within the context of this movie, that I just forgot about the characters, I forgot about the situations, and I just didn't care anymore after that fact.
Yeah, like what?
I don't understand why there's no police presence in this movie except for the beginning.
They explain that, though.
They explain it in one scene. They don't explain why after there's a home invasion and someone gets hit by a car in the middle of the street, there's no police presence, why a person can go to a hospital with an arrow in their leg. I guess it's very common in that area because no one is suspicious about it at all. I don't at all buy this high school friend character who's like, I haven't seen you in 20 years, I'm going to give you a gun. I don't care.
Macon Blair as Dwight is absolutely fantastic. I'm very surprised that I haven't seen him in any big pictures yet. He's been in some other stuff, including our director's first feature film. He was great. For the first 30 minutes, he barely says a word, and you understand what his character is going through. And even when he starts talking, you still feel the emotional arc. You know what's happening. It was a terrific performance all around.
Yeah, I thought it was subtle. You could see the revenge burning in his eyes. You could see that he needed to be able to do this or else he was not going to be able to just live with himself. And I thought that was very palpable.
I agree with you there. I think that that's effective casting. Part of the reason that the character works is the fact that we have someone that we haven't seen before. These guys are lifelong friends, I guess, and so they've kind of come up in the ranks of filmmaking together. And yeah, I mean, he's great. I think that most of the best part of the movie is in the first 30 minutes. I think the best performance is in the first 30 minutes. I do wish we had delved a little bit more into this guy's psyche, but in terms of the performance living up to what's there in terms of the writing, it does.
Definitely. And Devin Ratray, Buzz! Yes, Buzz McAllister from Home Alone is his friend.
Right.
I think he's great in, the 5-10 minutes that he's on the screen. He was also in Nebraska, which... it was funny, you and I saw this at Sundance. We didn't realize it was him, and then when we saw Nebraska, we're like, is that Buzz from Home Alone? And then I looked at IMDb, and I was like, oh, he was in Blue Ruin.
Yeah, and I was surprised, but it made sense, because in Nebraska, he was kind of a caricature, and I felt like in this movie, he was a real person. He was kind of big, hulking. He had definitely a presence. So I think that's why I didn't realize it was him, but I thought he was great. He was fun.
Director-writer here is Jeremy Saulnier, who actually also shot the movie.
Yeah.
I think that he has a visual aesthetic here that works.
Yes.
I think he has a mood that works. I don't think that the writing is up to snuff. I think that part of the fault here is that he he rushes through this movie so fast that I think some people won't stop and think about these things, and maybe that's what happened with you guys. I was just consumed with it the entire time.
For me, a lot of these faults I see is typical for a writer-director. He's going a lot for the visual aesthetic and the kind of the thematic through line that's just going to kind of go straight through and have the really great visuals, but like you said, the story is a little bit lacking.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't so much so that it was bumping for me, constantly.
Though it has its share of suspenseful sequences, the logic problems ruined the promise of the movie and left me with the blues. Skip it.
A solid revenge thriller that doesn't meander and knows exactly what it wants to be. Bloody fun. See it.
I agree, Sean. There are story problems, but despite that, Blue Ruin is a tense and riveting 90-minute action thriller, so I say see it.
All right, well, our votes add up to 2 tickets, which is a stream it for Blue Ruin.
Cheers!
Cheers.
To Bloody Beards.
Oh, you got to shave that off.
Hold on.
Okay.
You didn't take your phone
No,
out
I
of your
didn't.
pocket.
All right, I'm going to grab that.
Oh!